Have you ever considered something that, like, imagine if one day everyone has a car that's on the same, at least technological standard as one of your cars, and everyone agrees that the smart thing to do is not just to have bumpers, but to perhaps have some sort of a magnetic repellent device, some electromagnetic field around the cars, that as cars come close to each other, they automatically radically decelerate because of magnets or something.
Well, I mean, our cars brake automatically.
Brake.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they see things.
Yes.
But like a physical barrier, like.
Well, the wheels work pretty well as brakes.
The wheels do.
Yeah. They work pretty well. Decelerated at, 1.1 to 1.2 Gs, that kind of thing.
Is there a concern that one day all your cars will be on the road and then there'll still be regular people with regular cars 20, 30 years from now that'll get in the mix and be the main problem?
Yeah, I think it'd be sort of like, it was a time of transition where there were horses and gasoline cars on the road at the same time. It's been pretty weird.
Oh, that'd be the weirdest.
Yeah. I mean, horses were tricky, back in Manhattan had like 300,000 horses. You figure like a horse lives 15 years, you got 20,000 horses dropping dead every day, or every year, I should say. Every year is 20,000 horses if there's 300,000 horses in a 15-year lifespan.
Back in the Gangs in New York days. That movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of dead horses, and then you need a horse to move the horse.
Right.
And they'll probably get pretty freaked out if they have to move a dead horse.
Do you think they know what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be like pretty weird. Like,
no, I would imagine.
Why am I dragging this dead, horse around? And I'm a horse.
Do you ever stop and think about your role in civilization? Do you ever stop and think about your role in the culture? Because me, as a person who never met you until today, when I think of you, I've always thought of you as being this weirdo super inventor dude who just somehow or another keeps coming up with new shit. But there's not a lot of you out there. Like, everybody else seems to be, I mean, obviously you make a lot of money, and there's a lot of people that make a lot of money. You like that clock?
Yeah.
Pretty dope, right?
This is a great clock.
Yeah, you want one? I'll get you one.
Sure.
Okay. Done.
I like weird things like this.
Oh, this is the coolest. It's TGT Promotion. What is this? TGT Studios? TGT Studios? Yeah. It's a gentleman who makes all this by hand. Yeah, it's really cool.
My study is filled with weird devices.
Well, get ready for another one.
All right.
I'm sending it your way.
Cool.
You want a werewolf too? I'll hook you up.
All right. I'll take one.
One werewolf and one clock coming up. Do you think about your role in the culture? Because me, as a person who never met you until today, I've always looked at you and like, wow, like, how does this guy just keep inventing shit? Like, how do you keep coming up with all these new devices? And what do you ever consider how like, I had a dream once that there was 1 million Teslas. Instead of like one Tesla, there was 1 million Teslas.
Okay.
Not Tesla the car, but Nikola.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And that in his day, there was 1 million people like him who were radically innovative. It was a weird dream, man. It was so strange. And I've had it more than once.
Result in very rapid technology innovation, that's for sure.
It's one of the only dreams in my life I've had more than one time.
Okay.
Like where I've woken up and it's in the same dream. I'm in the same dream. And in this dream, it's 1940s, 1950s, but everyone is severely advanced. There's flying blimps with like LCD screens on the side of them, and everything's bizarre and strange. And it stuck with me for whatever, and obviously this is just a stupid dream, but for whatever reason, all these years that stuck with me. Like, it takes one man like Nikola Tesla to have more than 100 inventions that were patents, right? I mean, he had some...
It's pretty great.
Pretty fucking amazing ideas.
Yes.
But there
definitely.
was... In his day, there was very few people like him.
Yeah, that's true.
What if there was 1 million? Like, what... And then
things would advance very quickly.
Right. But there's not 1 million Elon Musks. There's one, motherfucker. Do you think about that? Or you just try to not?
I don't think you'd necessarily want to be me.
Well, what's the worst part about you?
I don't think people would like it that much.
Well, most people wouldn't, but they can't be you. So that's like some superhero type shit. You know, you wouldn't want to be Spider-Man. I'd rather just sleep tight in Gotham City. I hope he's out there doing his job.
It's very hard to turn it off.
Yeah. What's the hardest part?
It might sound great if it's turned
sleep?
on, but what if it doesn't turn off?
Now, I showed you the isolation tank, and you've never experienced that before.
No.
I think that could help you turn it off a little bit, just for the night. Yeah, just give you a little bit of sleep, a little bit of perspective. There's magnesium that you get from the water as well that makes you sleep easier because the water has Epsom salts in it. But maybe some sort of strategy for sacrificing your not sacrificing, but enhancing your biological recovery time by figuring out a way, whether it's through meditation or some other ways, to shut off that thing at night. Like, you must have like a constant stream of ideas that's running through your head all the time. You getting text messages from chicks?
No. I'm getting text messages from friends saying, "What the hell are you doing smoking weed?"
Is that bad for you? It's legal. It's government approved.
It's not, I'm not a regular smoker of weed.
How often do you smoke it?
Almost never.
I mean,
I don't actually notice any effect.
Well, there you go. There was a time where I think it was Ram Dass or someone gave some Buddhist monk a bunch of acid.
Okay.
And he ate it, and it had no effect on him.
I doubt that.
I would say that too, but I've never meditated to the level that some of these people have, where they're constantly meditating all day. They don't have any material possessions, and all of their energy is spent trying to achieve a certain mindset. I would like to cynically deny that. I'd like to cynically say, they just fucking think the same way I do. They just hang out with flip-flops on and make weird noises. But maybe no.
I know a lot of people like weed, and that's fine. But I don't find that it is very good for productivity.
For you?
Not for me.
Yeah, I would imagine that for someone like you, it's not. Someone like you, it'd be more like a cup of coffee, right? You want a yerba mate.
Yeah, it's more like the opposite of a cup of coffee.
What do you
like?
like?
A cup of coffee in reverse.
Oh, weed is?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying you would like more like what would be beneficial to you would be like coffee.
I like to get things done. I like to be useful. That is one of the hardest things to do, to be useful.
When you say you like to get things done, in terms of like what gives you satisfaction, when you complete a project, when something that you invent comes to fruition and you see people enjoying it, that feeling.
Yes, doing something useful for other people, that I like doing.
That's interesting, for other people.
Yes.
So do you think that is maybe the way you recognize that you have this unusual position in the culture where you can uniquely influence certain things because of this? I mean, you essentially have a gift, right? I mean, you would think it was a curse, but I'm sure it's been fueled by many, many years of discipline and learning, but you essentially have a gift, and that you have this radical sort of creativity engine when it comes to innovation and technology. It's like you're going at a very high RPMs.
All the time.
What is that like?
It doesn't stop. I don't know what would happen if I got into a sensory deprivation tank. But
let's try it.
It sounds concerning. It's like running the engine with no resistance.
Is that what it is, though?